Hi guys, it's Emma. Today I have a book haul of books that I've kind of gotten, not just in April, but kind of over the past few months, all the way back to February. So let's just get started. First book I have is The Taxidermist's Daughter by Kate Moss. My sister bought this in England before she came over to visit me, and she tried to read it, but she couldn't really get into it, so she just left it here. So in this one, there's a timeline in 1912. Villagers gather on the night when the ghosts of those who will not survive the coming year are thought to walk, and in the shadows a woman lies dead. So I think it's like a mystery thing, historical mystery type thing. And then I bought Amethyst Dreams by Phyllis A. Whitney, which is the same author who read Hunter's Green. I did a book review, actually one of the first book reviews I did on this channel, and I really liked her book, that particular book that she wrote. So when I was in a secondhand bookstore the other day, I was looking for her stuff and I found this one. It's from a later time in her writing career, so I don't know if I'm going to like it as much as the other one, because the other one was like written in the 60s, I think, or the 70s or something, but this was written in the 90s. I don't know, it's another mystery romance thing, which is kind of what her genre is that she is well known for writing. Then I have a play by Arthur Miller, The Crucible. I found this in my brother's apartment. I don't know why he had it, because he doesn't like read anything. So I asked him why he had it, and he said it was from some history class that he was supposed to read it for back in university, but he never did. But he still had the book, so I don't know. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just take it and read it. So, because I like to start reading some plays as well, and Arthur Miller is, you know, pretty well-known playwright. So I think it's something to do with witches in Salem in 1692. So it sounds kind of interesting. And then I went out and bought The Elements of Style by William Strunk Jr. and Evie White. Is that how you say that? I think so. Strunk? Yeah. It's like really small, and I think it's like a really well-known book for writers who, it's kind of like a go-to book for all the mechanics around writing, like, you know, talks about comma splices and just other stuff and whatnot, and I thought it would just be really handy to have it. I'm pretty sure I've heard my dad mention it before, or somebody, I don't know, so I just bought it. It was really cheap, so that'll be handy for when I'm writing. And then I bought Donna Tartt's The Secret History, which I've been wanting to read for a while, and actually there's a group on Goodreads that is going to read it for me. I forget what the group's called. I'll put a link below, though, in the description. And so I thought, I just bought it the other week, so I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So I started reading it already, and yeah, I so far really like it. I've only read like a few pages, but I really like her writing style so far. Basically, it's about these group of guys who kind of form a cult, I think, or something, around Greek literature and Greek way of life, ancient Greece that is, and then they kind of get in trouble with it. It goes too far, something bad happens. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds very interesting, and I've already started reading it, as I said, and I'm liking her writing style so far. It's very easy to follow, but it's also very interesting. And then I bought a collection of 4 novels by Elmer Leonard, 52 Pickup, Swag, Unknown Man numbered 89, and The Switch. So this book has 4 of his books in it. These books are from like the 80s or 70s. Yeah, it says from the 1970s. And I specifically wanted to find stuff by him because I've kind of been getting into Quentin Tarantino's his movies and his script writing and just his whole like philosophy around writing, and he said that a really big influence with him and his dialogue in his movies especially was Elmer Leonard, that he read a lot of him growing up. So I wanted to read some and see what it was like. It's kind of like crime, thriller, action-y thing. Basically it's Quentin Tarantino's movies in book format is kind of what I'm thinking it is. So if a Quentin Tarantino movie were a book, then this would be the kind of writing style it would be. So I'm looking forward to reading it. And then my dad got me a biography of Edgar Allan Poe back for Christmas. And Edgar Allan Poe is a favorite author of mine, and this will actually come in very handy for the current book that I'm writing, which I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but it will actually be very helpful. So I haven't looked at it yet, but I kind of want to wait until I can read it and do the research at the same time for the book that I'm writing. But yeah, it should be very helpful for that when I get around to doing that. And then I bought another book the other day in a secondhand bookstore, Tony Curtis's biography, American Prince, or a memoir, I should say, American Prince. And this I bought specifically because, again, it's for the same book that I'm writing, where I will be using this for research. And I bought this for specific information pertaining to the book that I am writing, because I don't usually buy stuff like this, like ever. But I was looking through it and there was some stuff in it that I really wanted to know about, so I bought it for that, and it should be very helpful in my research for this current novel that I'm working on. And lastly, I bought J.K. Rowling's The Casual Vacancy. As far as I can tell, it's about a guy who was renting a place or something and then he dies. Basically, it's like one of those seemingly English idyllic towns that, you know, looks all picture perfect, but really there's something sinister lurking beneath it. I don't know. I heard that this has actually been made into a show or something, and the show is really good, so that's kind of cool. So after I read the book, I definitely want to see that. But yeah, it sounded really good, so, and it was a used copy, so pretty cheap. Okay, so that is my latest addition to my bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe and like if you liked it. And thanks for watching.